Since that one fell, I might as well eat it, right? Mmm, so good. What's up, y'all? Millie here. Who would have thought that you can fry your fruits and vegetables? In this chapter, I'm gonna show you how to make a fried green tomato and fried okra. I'm going to show you how to season it, how to batter it, how to fry it, and last but most importantly, how to eat it. Let's get to it. So when you're frying okra and tomatoes, you can do it about 375, 400 degrees. This is one of those instances, if your pot gets a little bit too hot, that's totally fine. I will definitely do this on the last fry. So after you use your oil a couple times, if it gets a little bit too hot, that's fine because there's nothing on the inside you're really cooking. You're just looking to get a crispy golden outside. So keep it moderate. We don't want it to burn, but we want it hot enough to get this golden color and a perfect consistency. So we're gonna start cutting up some okra. I'm gonna take these tops off. I'm gonna take these ends off. 2 pieces that we're not gonna use. And feel free to save them, put them in a Ziploc bag, use them for some stew or something. A lot of people don't like okra because they say it's slimy, but I feel like the harder you cook it, whether you cook it in a cast iron skillet, the less slimy it is. So if you want to, and it'll be a tedious process, you can pop out these seeds and the membrane, and that's pretty much where the slime is. But when we cook it, it'll fry out and it won't be as slimy. Okay, now on to our tomatoes. You gotta use green tomatoes. You cannot use an heirloom, you cannot use a plum, you cannot use a cherry. They have too much moisture. What is a green tomato? It's an unripened tomato. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice off a little bit of the bottom because they're really ripe and we don't want them to roll and I don't wanna cut myself, just so it doesn't roll. Like a 1/2 inch. So now that we have our okras and our tomatoes sliced, we're gonna get into seasoning our cornmeal. So I have some garlic powder, about a teaspoon or so, and feel free to use as less or as more as you like. I have some paprika, of course, salt, and some fresh cracked black pepper. Gonna mix this all together. All right. And now for our wet ingredients. Grab another baking dish. Gonna add 2 eggs. And why am I adding wet? Because I want all of this dry to stick. Some hot sauce, as much or as little as you like. And we're gonna add our buttermilk. Okay. As always, we're gonna start our dredging process. So we're gonna take our tomato, we're gonna go into flour first. Okay, so we have our tomato, our egg. Okay, then we go into here. Normally I just stick my hands in everything and get it all messy. Okay, evenly coated. So we're gonna take our tomato and drop it directly into our preheated oil. Hear that? See, I didn't even mean to do that, but that's how we know our oil's hot. And this is the same oil that you fried chicken in. This is oil that you fried some fish in. It's great because you can eat fried green tomatoes and okra with fish and or chicken. Make sure you drop it away from you. We don't want to splash. We'll do some batches. Again, we don't want to overcrowd our pan. I have a baking sheet lined with paper towel, and this goes relatively quickly. We're just looking for a nice golden brown color. How beautiful that is. You only need to take a minute, nice and hot. Crispy, crunchy. So now that we have our tomatoes nice and golden, we're gonna hit it with some salt. And I'm gonna get to frying some of my okra in the same method. So the first time I had okra is at a gas station in Beaufort, South Carolina. And I call it, and it was like light bulb okra. It wasn't fried fresh. It was like in a peanut bag, to the best of my recollection. And you go into the gas station, they have it in like this little hot food case. And my mom ordered it. I wanted to try it. And that was the first time I had it, and I fell in love. I used to serve fried okra at my restaurant too. So I like to leave my okra more on the wet side when I go into the cornmeal. Also, I feel like it adds an additional crust to it. Shake off the excess. I'm gonna drop carefully into the fryer. So our okra, beautiful, nice and crispy. You see how when I left it a little wet, like a little scraggly? Okay, a couple more. All right, beautiful. And again, we're gonna hit it with a little salt. I wanna taste one now. That's good. So I have some sour cream, some mayo, and we're just gonna season it up with some garlic powder, crushed red pepper flakes, salt, and some pepper. We're gonna add some parsley to it, but it's like a little dip, like a little creamy. I'm not a ranch person, I don't like ranch, but this is my version of something. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be good. So really quickly, I'm going to take some mayo and some sour cream. I'm gonna combine it in this bowl. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, because of course we season everything. We're gonna add some crushed red pepper flakes, because I like it hot. We're gonna add some paprika, why not? Because we have it. Some garlic powder, and some onion powder. Let's hit it with a pinch of salt. And because we can, which makes everything better, some fresh herbs. All right, a little dip. Oh, that tastes good. I think I'm gonna add a little hot sauce to it. I like hot sauce, I like heat. A little bit. And there we have it, a little dipping sauce for our little quick side or appetizer of fried green tomatoes and southern fried okra. And this recipe comes together, you saw it in a matter of minutes. You could totally have your tomatoes and okra prepped if you know that this is something that you're gonna make for a gathering, and we just pull all these ingredients together in what, less than 10 minutes. It takes a couple minutes to fry, and voila, here we are with a sauce and fresh fried green tomatoes and okra. So I know I have some more cleaning to do, but I wanna taste this a little bit before my company comes over. So okra, we're gonna go back to my childhood really quickly. That sauce is everything. What I like about this, it's warm, Again, it has texture, and I think that sauce just sets it off. It's creamy, and this is just a wonderful balance of spicy, heat, and tang. In this chapter, I showed you how to make fried green tomatoes and fried okra. My Aunt Olame would be proud. I showed you how to season it, dredge it, fry it. We made a quick little spicy sauce. I showed you how to dunk it, and most importantly, I showed you how to eat it. I hope that you take my version of this recipe and incorporate it in your household gatherings, meals, kickbacks, and get-togethers. Feel free to swap in, swap out some of these ingredients, and most importantly, make it your own.